dabble. So, guys, hit me up after the show. I feel like the thing about Tinder is I'm only attracted to people who don't have one. You know? Like, the worst thing you can do with a Tinder is make your first picture a group shot. Because then, like, you're just, like, scanning the picture, like, you're, like, hoping, like, oh, I really hope it belongs to that dude on the end, and it never does. It never does. It's, like, belongs to, like, the waiter you thought was in the picture by accident. Just, like, vaguely pouring water in the background. Like, this is good. So yeah, that's like Tinder in a nutshell. And then if your Tindering goes really well, your new Tinder man will sweep you off your feet and carry you all the way over to Snapchat. And that will be the new home of your 2-week relationship. The worst part about Snapchatting a nude is scrolling down to the guy's name, right? Because you just scroll past all your other contacts and you know they're judging the shit out of you. Like, it is impossible to, like, scroll past your brother's username, like, and not imagine the horror he feels as, like, you're artfully holding your cock in the shower. There's no good way around it. Those scrolls are just the longest. Oh, why am I only attracted to people with Z names? The worst. Alright, so a while back, I applied for this internship. And last week I actually found out that I got it, which was awesome. So, yeah. So the first thing that I did was call my grandma, #Jew. And I was like, Grandma, I got the job. Aren't you so proud of me? And she was so sweet. She said to me in that, like, kind grandma voice, she was like, where am I? And so, yeah. And so I'm having this conversation, and I noticed this girl in the lobby, like, around me, and she starts, like, getting really upset, and she starts crying, actually, and, like, runs away. And so, like, in my sick, egotistical head, I'm like, oh, she didn't get the job. She's so sad about it. Oh, and she just wants to be me. Let me go over to her and tell her it's okay and that she's amazing and just continue to be superior to her in every way. So I end the call and I go over to her and I'm just like, hey, what's up? As if I'm like her estranged father and she just lost a softball game. And I'm expecting her to be like, I didn't get the job like you, Shaun. I'm not as good as you, Shaun. But instead I get a, my grandma just died. And I'm kind of just like, are you sure? Like, are you sure it's not because you didn't get the internship at Damien's Dental Supplies? But she was really sure her grandma died, like annoyingly sure. I was like, we get it. So, I'm gay, in case you haven't picked up on that yet. In case the Tinder joke wasn't a red flag. It's like, the whole gay thing, like, it's tough, like, announcing the whole gay thing, especially in high school. You know, like, high schoolers nowadays, they'll, like, start a hate blog if Jenny comes in wearing her Livestrong bracelet on the wrong arm. If they find out that Damien from Anime Club sucks dick, forget it. It's all over. So yeah, I would say being in the closet in high school is kind of like if you're Darth Vader and every one of your peers is Luke Skywalker. Like you know this thing you're really sure Luke is gonna care about, and like inside you're hoping he's gonna be like, oh cool, I want to hang out with you more now. But deep down you're painfully aware it's gonna end with him screaming no and jumping into certain death so he never has to be seen with you again. It's kind of how it works. Yeah. So I'm just gonna whip out my phone real quick. You thought I was gonna say cock, but it's phone. So yeah, the other thing with being gay growing up is that, like, you're never really taught about, like, sex and that side of things, you know? Like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, in high school health, we only ever talked about, like heterosexual sex and how to do that stuff safely. And so when asked about anal sex, and this is true, my health teacher went to his desk and got out a red marker, which I guess was like his in case of anal marker. And he wrote in all caps on the board, never put anything up your butt. Which just leaves like little closeted gays like me, like confused and popping out their anal beads mid-class. Like, the two things that porn has taught me that gays care about is anal and prompt pizza delivery. And you're taking that away from me. It's just like, I need that. So this like quiet girl in the back of the room who hadn't said anything all year, like timidly raises her hand and just asks, well, what about prostate exams? And just side note, that has to be the weirdest first question of all time. Like, I know what you're doing later, Cheryl. Like, clearly. But my teacher answers and he says, no, of course, like, prostate exams are fine. If you're with a doctor, it's safe. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, great. Now my parents and my teachers are saying I can only get with doctors. Insane. So, yeah, I feel like we live in like a really conflicted time when it comes to like body alteration, you know, and no family highlights that better than the Kardashians, because like you'll tune into that show and they'll be like, Kylie just got lip surgery, like, fuck you, Kylie, love yourself. Meanwhile, like, downtown they're throwing a parade where their dad just got his new vagina. And don't get me wrong, I'm so in support of sex changes, I've had 3. It's just that like, they're sending me such mixed signals, you know? Anyway, so I feel like all great comedians like have this tragic moment they can like draw from, you know, to just deliver this incredibly profound and just like really hysterical set. So for my last joke, I did some soul searching and tried to find my tragic moment, you know, and the best I could come up with was that time my dermatologist died. True story, my dermatologist croaked. The people in the front are like, we can tell. And so, alright, so here's my tragic joke. Here goes. My dermatologist died a few weeks ago. The funeral was really weird because nobody there could frown. Okay, I'm realizing now that I might not have had enough tragic events in my life to draw from to deliver like a really like profound joke. But I just want to say, if my sister were still alive, she would have loved that one. Thank you guys so much.